Tea time. Did you hear the story the woman told about how she learned that her mother was in the process of dying, and her mother's last wish to her was, "Hey, could you please find somebody? I don't want to leave you in this world by yourself. Like, I want you to have a partner." But she didn't have a partner. But she would be by herself in this world because her father had already died, her brother had already died. So when her mother would die, it would mean she was by herself. She didn't even have health insurance at the time. So she thought about who she could ask to be with in this life, who could she be her partner, and she only had one guy friend, and the guy friend was somebody she was completely unattracted to, never had any attraction for, was just like nothing there. But she went to him and she talked to him about her mother's wish and said, "Could you make this a marriage of convenience with me?" He looked at her and he was like, "I think I can." It turns out that he had actually been in love with her for the past 10 years, and he told her that. Well, she was surprised because he never expressed it before, but he said he knew she didn't feel that same way, so he let it ride. And they was like, "Well, let's see how we're going to navigate this, because I definitely don't feel anything for you. But you have insurance. I need insurance. I need a friend right now. Can you be that for me? And we won't date other people. We'll just live together and we'll be there for each other." And he was like, "Okay, I agree. Let's do it." And they decide to do it. They move in together. They get married. And they're caring for her mother as she slowly gets worse. And during this process, she somehow gets into this crazy business deal where these people are scamming her. Like, they took her car and they sold it, and kept the money. They was scamming all kind of money from her, and the woman is so like exhausted mentally and just frustrated that she doesn't know how to deal with the situation. And she tells her husband, and her husband immediately jumps in. He starts making phone calls. He's calling the police. He's calling her mom. He's getting lawyers lined up. He takes care of the whole situation where she doesn't have to, and she's just standing back looking at him like, "What?" And then at that point, she's thinking about, seeing him around the house, being a friend to her. And then she remembers this movie she saw. And the quote was really the truth. And they said, true love is really friendship. And at that point, she realized she loved him.